Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, where the Hebrew Israelites come in week in and week out, day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of America, aka Babylon, as well as to wake up the elect of the nation of Israel. Before we get started, we want to start by saying,
Call Halayim, Alahai, Nawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
a double honor to the other apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here posting the gospel of truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the election scattered abroad. May the election Yahweh Shemel Shai Lord win upon your houses.
Hey, that's right, man. Shalom. Peace be unto you, brothers, man. You two sisters that are out there who these last days are giving all the diligence to make the calling of the election short, man. Our Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, and as you know, every Saturday through the Spirit of the Lord, we come out here and prophesy. Man. Yeah, that's the main theme of this ministry is prophecy. I think you want to grab that real quick in Revelation. You know what I want here. Yeah. Because as we see, a lot of things are happening in the earth, and as each day goes on, it seems like something just continues to happen. We're reading the time of those birth pains mentioned in 2nd Ezra 16th chapter.
Right? Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10 says that I fell at his feet to worship him. Right? He said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua, worship the Most High. Right? For the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
Yeah, that's right, man. The testimony of our Lord, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The real name is Yahushua. That's the true testimony of our Lord. Is the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. That's the same spirit that the prophets have always been in. Man. The spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. And that's why we see in these last days men all over the world raising up, all right, and proclaiming this truth, man. All right, and lifting up this standard and warning you of the things to come and telling you to get right. See, because brothers have a testimony of Yahushua, and not everybody has a testimony, man. There's only a select few spirits. Just the other day, or just yesterday, me and the brother saw a Sakari group. The brother did a lesson on it. It was a spirit. How all the Sakari men that were teaching, they had their heads covered, man.
Right.
It's just little things that notice, little schisms that other camps have. That just goes to show you that they don't have the true testimony of our Lord, and they don't go into prophecy as much as they should, especially with everything going on.
Right.
You got something.
Yeah, I got pretty you talking about lifting up that standard, man.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. It says the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Verse 2 is the point. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing, man. We're lifting up that banner, which is this word, is truth. All right, to the point now where it says in Habakkuk's 2nd chapter that all the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the Lord as the water covers the seas. Right. And even the gates of the nobles, man, these higher up elites, they see what we're doing, man.
Right.
And we're shaking the hand at them. We're ultimately rebuking them through the Spirit of the Lord. Right. For everything that they've done to the nation of Israel and everything that they continue to do to our food, to our air, to life in general, man. These higher up elite banking families, man. Okay, and they got a lot to pay for. And this truth is now reaching into the gates of the nobles. They know who we are. It says a dreadful noise was in their ears.
Right.
They don't want to hear that they got a short time, but they know it. Right. They don't want to hear that they're going to go into captivity, but they know it. You see, but there's nothing that you can do against the truth. You see? So, hey, everything is going to happen the way that it was written, and that's what we're here to do. The spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai is to prophesy the things that are written in the book. Especially the times to come. Whether you want to hear or forbear.
Right.
Hey, can you grab that real quick? This got a picture. Okay. You grab Ezekiel 3rd chapter. This is what it might be the 2nd chapter, but the hear or forbear. Because our job is just to come and do the work of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It's not to hold anybody's hand or force them into this. Hey, Yahweh Shai said, my sheep will hear my voice and they'll follow me, man. So if you come in the spirit of the Lord, then you're ultimately going to be grafted into this truth. You're not going to have to be, pulled. You're not going to have to be, pushed. The Lord's going to ultimately bring you into the spirit,
This is Ezekiel chapter 2, and start verse 3. It says, he said unto me, son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Yeah, the house of Israel, man, so-called Negroes that feels Native Americans. Okay, I've always been a rebellious people ever since our forefather Moses delivered you out of Egypt.
Right.
You can go read that in Deuteronomy, man. He told me, he's like, you're all the most rebellious people I've met since we came out of Egypt.
Right.
You see? So that's what we're being sent unto, man, to our people, to give them this news. All right, to give them this warning. Got it.
Verse 4, it says, for they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shad Power.
Right, that's what we're doing. We're coming straight out the book. You know, if any man speak, them speak as the oracles of the Most High.
Right. Verse 5, there's a point. It says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that they have been a prophet among them.
Yeah, that's the point, man. See, our job is to preach this word, man. And, you know, whether you hear or forbear, you know, it's not up to us, man. It's up to the Lord. See, the Lord seals the elect. All right, he ultimately brings the elect into the spirit. All we're doing is being vessels for his word to be issued out, man, to people.
Right.
Okay, and whether you hear or forbear, it's not up to us, man. It's completely up to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
See that, but we're gonna do our job in prophesying, man. Hey, that's one of the most important things that you can be doing right now. When you go into Corinthians, it says, you know, desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy.
Yep. You
see, because that's a heavy thing. You know, you have to warn the people, as Ezekiel was told, man, go and give the people warning from me. Right. You know? If you want to grab 2 Ezra 15, Bible Shah.
2 Ezra chapter 15. Verse 1? Verse 1, 2 Ezra 15 and 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai puts the words of prophecy within us, man, through the Spirit. You know, it's ultimately dish out to the people. Okay.
Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Yeah, his words are faithful and true, man. You know, none of these prophecies have failed, and none of these prophecies will fail. You know, that's why Scripture says in Romans 3 and 3, for what if some do not believe? Shall their faith make the, shall their non-belief make the faith of the Most High without effect? How forbid, man. Everything is still going to happen according to as it was spoken into existence to happen. Man. You know?
And we know that the word, the prophecy that's written in this book is the words of the Most High, man. He's the one that spoke these things to happen, right? And we're just out here speaking his words, man. You know? This Isaiah 55 verse 11, this proves that the words of the Lord Yahweh Shai, that his words, whenever he says something, is credible, man. You know, that's why I say they're faithful right here. Isaiah 55 and 11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. And we know the mouthpiece is the prophets of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Hosea 12 and 10, Luke 1 and 7, man. He speaks to the ministry of the prophets, man. You know, so the prophets coming out here on the highways and byways telling you a prophet. That's really the Lord Yahweh Shai himself directly speaking to you, man, through his men.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right.
It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I had sent it. All right. So ultimately means every time the Most High speaks something, and you best believe it's going to come true, man. You best believe that it's going to hit its mark, man. You know? And at that time he appointed to hit, it will hit that mark and it will not miss.
Yeah, that's right. I got one more precept for you. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 23 and verse 19.
More proof that the Most High's word has weight to it, man. The average man, when he says something, I give you my word, hey, you can almost bank on him fucking sitting there, turning back on his word or lying to you to your fucking face, man. Hey, but the Lord Yahweh Shai will never do that, bro.
Numbers chapter 23 and verse 19. The Most High is not a man that he should lie.
Hey, did we not just talk about the average man fucking lies?
Yeah.
And the Most High is not a man. He's a spirit, man. So he ain't gonna fucking lie to you, man. Go ahead.
Neither the Son of Man that he should repent.
Right.
Hath he said, and shall he not do it?
Right.
Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good?
And shall he not make it good? Come on, man. And you can cash in on the words of Yahweh Shai, man. Your check ain't gonna bounce, man. It'll never bounce, man. Yeah. Esau Edom's checks bounce, but the word of the Lord Yahweh Shai will never fucking bounce, man.
Yeah, that's why it says, man, none of these shall fail, right? Everything that's written in here again is just proof to the point further that these words are faithful and true. Right. And based on everything we're seeing in the world that we believe in, it's starting to happen, man. You see, so, regardless of what these people want to believe, everything is still happening according to Bible prophecy. Right. See, and that's why the spirit of going, if you being in repentance, every day toward Yahweh Shai for taking your sins, is such a heavy part of the ministry as well. Because if you truly fear the Lord, you're going to repent, man. Especially now, you're seeing the things happen in the earth that are spoken of and prophesied to happen in latter days in this book. All right, you should also be moved by fear right now, man. Right. We're coming to some very dark times, and that's ultimately what we're going to get into. Right. These days are coming.
Going back to 2 Corinthians 15 and verse 3, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
Right, man. Don't, that word incredulity goes into unbelief. Don't let anybody, like how I said, man, hold that fast with thy hast, that no man take thy crown. Don't let anybody, tell you that you're bugged out or you're crazy. You got to remember that we're counted as fools for Yahweh's sake, man. Right. For the things that we believe in. The doctrine that we have is sent from the heavens. It's not bound by the earth. So when we say these certain things to people concerning, what's written in the doctrine, it seems like we're bugged out, man. But that's okay. We'll be as bugged out as you want us. If that's what you want to believe, man. But don't let anybody's unbelief trouble you in this thing, man. Right.
Verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And it says in Revelations, man, all the unbelieving, the whoremongers, the idolaters, the sorcerers, all going to have their part in the lake burned with fire and brimstone. The second death. These people are going to be burnt up, man.
Right. Verse 5 says, behold, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Yeah, why is Yahweh Shemel Shah sending all these different plagues upon the earth? Huh?
Verse 6 it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And we read this scripture a lot, and it seems as if every time we read it, the wickedness just grows more and more.
Right.
Men trying to be men, and it's not even just, the transgenders, man. They're actually hitting a whole new level, to the point now where you can't even tell sometimes, if that man is actually a woman or that woman is actually a man.
Right.
All these different surgeries that, you can have done to yourself to, make that change. Okay, bestiality growing in the earth. Crime, ultimately growing in the earth over there in California right now, man. They're telling people not to go over there.
Yeah.
911 is basically not even, they're not even going to answer your call because they can't. People, what was that with those two Jakes? They dressed up as cops.
Yeah.
They were breaking in houses, man, killing people.
Yeah.
You see? Like it says, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what we're seeing. We're in the times, we're in the beginning of sorrows. You guys will say, how you go back on that.
Verse 7 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, how about Shemel Shai say he's not going to hold his tongue no more, man? That's why he's seen all these judgments, all these different rappers, man, dying out of nowhere. All right, the Lord doesn't care about how much money you have, man. He wants to see what you're going to do for him and what sacrifices you're going to make to please him. He doesn't care about, you having 30 gold chains, man. What the hell is that to the Most High? He says, the earth is my footstool. What the hell is a gold chain going to do? That's why a lot of people, these rappers died like, oh, they were legends. No, scripture say, who have perished being innocent. These dudes are not innocent. They've been doing all types of wickedness behind closed doors that nobody knows about. And for that being said, they receive judgment.
This is a precept in Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, the just Lord is in the midst thereof.
Yeah.
He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knows no shame. Right, man. So, hey, that's what I was talking about, man. Every day, you're seeing new judgments, man. And it really started with, the truth, the tongue of the Most High, man, the mouthpiece of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai coming out here and saying, hey, if you don't stop, starting with the elder apostles on down, man, GMS, if you don't stop doing this, hey, the judgment's going to come, man. And since the elder apostles been out here, hey, what's happening, man? That warning is going out, and the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is saying, no, you had, an adequate amount of time to stop doing this shit, man. Yeah. So the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is saying, no more, man. I'm bring forth judgment now, man. He's doing it every single morning. Every single morning, he's seeing, a riverbank crash here, or murder here, or robbery here, this, that, and the third. No, thank you. Yeah, we're good. Thank you. We're doing, you're seeing all this judgment, all this, this bullshit happening in the earth, man. People dying left and right, man. People out there killing their own children killing their parents. People going and shooting up schools, shooting up churches. You're seeing all this judgment, man. And it's coming up, upon these people, man, that know the truth, man. A lot of these people, they want to sit there and act like they don't know about Israel, but they know about Israel, man. Yeah. You know about the men of the Lord, man. You know who the Lord Yahweh is for. He ain't for everybody, man. He's for all those that are upon this sign, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as the other Israelites that are scattered into the other nations, you know, the speckled bird, man, you know, that look like the nation they've been scattered in, man, but through the lineage of their father, they're Israelites, man. Right. This is who the Lord Yahweh is for. He's not for everybody else, man. You know, the scriptures also tell you, if I may grab another one, you know, this is First Peter chapter 4 and verse 17, because hey, you're seeing a lot of this judgment start with, you know, because this is exactly what the Lord Yahweh is going to say he's going to do it to, man. A lot of this judgment is happening to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. You know, this is 1 Peter 4 and 17 says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, man. And who's the house of the Most High, man? You Israelites, man. You know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelites that look like the nation you've been scattered in, man. You know, it says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel, man? You know, and guess what, man? You got 2/3 of our people, you know, here in America that don't want to follow the law, statutes, commandments, but they don't want to take heed to this warning, man. You know, well, it tells you in Acts the 3rd chapter, the 23rd verse, that he that shall not hear the prophet shall be cut off from among the people, man. You know, meaning you're going to be destroyed, man. You know, so again, by you not taking heed, and the judgment's coming upon you, and it's coming by way of, you know, this fucking plague that's happening, this crown Vic Royale, as well as another plague that follows right after it, which they're trying to use to help the crown Vic Royale, which will be what? This icky dicky, man. This is likening them to a plague as well, man. That's coming upon the earth, and people are dying from that as well. You know? Not only that, but you got hurricanes, thunderstorms, you know, you got tornadoes that are wiping people the fuck out. You got this fucking La Palma volcano that over 33,000 people had to evacuate their homes. You know, and they're saying people aren't dead yet, but come on, man. People have died. They're just not reporting it, man. You know, you got a whole bunch. You got riots happening. You got all these fucking things that are happening across the fucking earth, man. You know, a lot of shit is not even being reported out there, man. Yeah, you know, right. So you only get a snippet, a tidbit of what's really going on in the earth, man. Judgment's happening 24/7, and there's no way you can run from it. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's all stemming because you people don't want to take heed to what's being pushed out in the earth, man. That righteousness through the words of the Lord Yahweh that's being pushed out in the earth. Yeah, that's right. Because hey, man, disobedience equals death, right? You know, and judgment. Well, it tells you that rebelliousness is as a sin of witchcraft, man. And what is, you know, it says in Romans 6:23, the wages of sin is death, is death, man. Yeah. You know, so therefore, you being rebellious, you being disobedient, you're gonna have to be put to death, man. You're gonna have to, man. There's like I said, bring those hither before me that will not serve me and slay them. You know, if you paraphrase Luke 19:27. Yeah. See that? So if you're not gonna serve the Lord, then what good are you? Yeah, that's why Ezra was told that, you know, let the multitude perish then that was born in vain. Right. People are born in vain. They don't care about serving the Most High. You know, like it says in Psalm 10th chapter, you know, or the 14th chapter, it says, the Most High is not in all the thoughts of the wicked. Right. Now that gets applied to Esau because he thinks he's the Most High, but also goes for 2/3 of our people. Right. You know, the ways of Yahweh Shai, His commandments, all right, and righteousness nowhere in their mind. They want to smoke weed. They want to, you know, get drunk, go to parties. They might want to pursue a career that's not going to lead them anywhere, but to more problems and sorrow. You see, we're still under curses. But nevertheless, our people being disobedient, they're going to have to suffer grievous deaths. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, right? And for their sakes came the flood. Like when you go, matter of fact, I'm going to grab that real quick in chapter 6, verse 4. All right, right now, as it says, man, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. Where are the days where Yahweh Shai is here, man? And showing us believers, okay, of the hopeful elect, you know, these different signs in the earth, letting us know what time it is, man. See that? All these judgments, all these different, you know, famines and plagues and rumors of wars, okay? We're in that time. We're in the last days, you know? You gotta go. This is Genesis 6:5. Fuck you. Then the Most High saw that the wicked of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Yeah, and that's what we're seeing now too, man. Nothing's doing to the sun. You know, you gotta go. Verse 6, it says, and it repented the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's right, man. Because Noah actually, hearkened. He started doing what the Lord told him to do, man. Build that ark so that you can be saved. Because the destruction I'm about to bring upon the world it's going to be so great that nobody's going to be saved except you and your family. So like I said, by faith, man, Noah being warned of things not as yet seen, moved with fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his house. See that? That's exactly what we're doing, man. We heard this word, and and we understand, what's happening in the earth. We understand what's coming. So, we're ultimately being moved with fear, man. That's why, man, for you people out there that don't see, what's coming, we can't even be mad at you because Yahweh Shai blinded you, man. Us receiving this truth is Yahweh Shai giving us mercy. The point being, man, wickedness was extremely polluted the earth in the time of Noah, and wickedness is extremely polluting the earth now. So because of that, Yahweh Shai is going to send another flood, but it's not going to come in the form of water. It's going to come in the form of fire.
Right.
But before that great flood comes, there's going to be a series of different calamities and tribulations that are going to fall out on the planet Earth. Yeah, second Ezra 15, goes like that, and you can drop down to
Yeah, this is 2 Ezra 15 and 9 says, and therefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shah, I will avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood among them.
Yeah, as we read above that, man, the souls of the just complain continually. Right. That's us, man. We're actually crying unto the Lord that he deliver us out of this flesh, out of this world, from having to see all different types of evil, man. Because this shit's annoying already. We're vexed, just like our forefather Lot was vexed in the time when he was in Sodom and Gomorrah. Right. Nevertheless, you continue.
Verse 10 says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yeah, we're in the land of Egypt, man, which is also referenced to as America, pursuant to Revelation, the 11th chapter. All right, spiritually called, that's that great city that's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. We're in our captivity, man. Egypt goes into bondage, man, our house of bondage. You see, so this is Egypt today here in America, Babylon the Great.
Verse 11, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Yeah, that's what Yahweh Shai is getting ready to do. He's getting ready to deliver his elect. All right, and set fire upon Egypt, man, upon America, Babylon the Great. Oh, you got it.
Right, man. Those plagues also go into the plague that we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
The obviously crown big for the keep going upon the America and so on and so forth. And, a lot of other plagues. That main plague is going into that nuclear destruction. And it's going to completely end this plague, which you can read about in Revelation the 18th chapter, starting at the 4th verse, as well as Zechariah the 14th chapter, the 12th verse. This is that plague that's going to come upon America. It's like verse 12. It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail with the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's going into ultimately that rioting, that immense rioting, that's going to happen, man, and people are going to ultimately break out into fighting each other with swords and so on and so forth. As of right now, we see very little of that, man. But still, it's coming. It's getting worse, man. Nonetheless, we still see that prophecy ultimately being played out, man. Yeah. As of right now, there's not too much, because this is going into more of like like a civil war or a race war that's going to happen, within America and across the world, man. Well, we're in that buildup, man. It's not quite there, but it's getting there, This is verse 16. It's for there. It says it says, for there shall be sedition among men in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning what, man? That the rioting, or the restrictions and so on and so forth, they're going to get so bad that there's going to be rioting. Again, look at California, man. They got literally rioting robbery, and everything that you can think of happening at a very rapid rate, and it's getting bad. Eventually, they're going to have to bring in their military. Eventually, California is going to have to bring in the National Guard, and they're going to have to do something about it. Because and on top of that, you look at America is just a snippet or a tidbit that's going to happen unto all of America. This is the whole plan. The elites, those that are on that side, the wicked. This is what they want, man. This is why the supply chain. You're good. This is why the supply chain is at a complete halt. This is why everything's going haywire, man. Because this is what they want, man. They want that rioting. They want to be able to bring in their military, man. Order out chaos, man. Order out of chaos, man. They want everything to ultimately boil over and spill over, so that way they can sit there and come in with their military and establish a new world order that they want.
Yeah, there was a quote from one of those wicked elites too. They were saying, "Never let a good crisis go to waste."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So since we seen this whole pandemic start, you know what I'm saying, and as time went on, first it was the distancing and the mask, and the jabs came in. Now we're at the point to where now these jabs are mandatory. So are they going to be more mandatory for the other, can't even quote in that word, variants that are coming out too.
I say strange.
Strange.
Yeah.
It's always strange, man. See, they're gonna. There was a statistic taken by the CDC supposedly that 80% of those that are fully jabbed have been found with the cases of the omnimoron.
Yeah.
And then there was another statistic by the Chizer where they were saying 2 doses of a jab are not effective against the omnimoron, but 3 is what neutralizes it. So it's just complete, it's complete hypocrisy, man.
Yeah.
They can't even make up a lie. They can't even make up a lie right anymore. Nevertheless, you can go back to that.
Second Esdras 15 and verse 17, it says, "Man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able."
Yes, there's gonna be government shutdowns, man. There's gonna be government checkpoints with with troops. And they're gonna, just like that one movie, Songbird or something like that, where the dude was coming into another part of the city and there was a whole bunch of National Guard. They pointed their guns at him, and he's like, "I'm immune," and he had a bracelet on.
Yeah.
And that was funny because not even like a few weeks after that in Israel, they started making those bracelets, man.
Right.
But nevertheless, that's the time we're coming into. You're not gonna be able to go in certain parts of the city unless you have proof of your participation in your community.
Yeah. Wisely worded, Doc.
Right.
That's really what it is, man. It's not about, what I mean? And we've been saying this for a while, man. It's about your participation, man. It's about you being, your compliance, man. It's not about, you helping your community or you staying healthy or this, that, and the third. They don't care about you being actually healthy, man. They want your compliance. They want you to wear the, to face cover up, and then when they say jab up, they want you to jab up, man. That's what it is, man. Yeah. And everybody else that don't do what they're told, you're a nuisance to society. You're made to be, basically, an outcast in society, man. That's what it tells you. And matter of fact, if I can bring it out, this is Revelation, going into the 13th chapter, and the 15th verse. It says, "And behold," it says, "and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast," which go into what this philosophy, that's being pushed in the earth. Now we know the beast is the Roman Empire, right? And NATO and the EU are that reincarnation of that beast. They're that fourth beast is living through NATO and EU. It's a reincarnation of that, which again goes into a lifestyle, that Greco-Roman lifestyle that's being pushed in the earth. Yeah. It says that the image of the beast should both speak and causes many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. Yeah. You go into that word killed, it goes into apotin. You look at that word, root word, which goes to apo, it means to be separated, man. By physical distance, man, a state of being separated physically. And it started with that social distancing, man, the 6 feet, man. But now it's getting to the point where it's more draconian, man. It's getting more harsher and harsher and harsher, man. And that's why it says he spake as a dragon, man. Going into those harsh and severe laws that are being pushed. Now you got a whole bunch of countries saying, "Hey, if you don't participate, and you don't, ultimately, comply with what's being pushed, hey, you're gonna be made to where you can't eat or go. You can't go to work. You can't buy or sell. You can't do this. You can't do that. And you have to be completely secluded in your own home. And now they're pushing you into concentration camps, man. Now they're pushing you into FEMA camps, saying that if you leave the FEMA camp, and you could be put in prison for life, man.
Yeah.
So it's getting real fucking bad out here, man. This is the road that America is going down, man. You got already Austria, Germany, France, Italy, all on board. Australia, all on board, man. And soon it's going to be all these countries, man. Because that's going to be a fulfillment of Revelation, the third chapter, 10th verse. The hour of temptation being pushed upon the whole world, man. Yeah. Which is going to be Revelation 13 and 16 being pushed, man. That's the hour of temptation. When the Quran is being pushed, and that's going to be the hour of temptation. When it's going to be forced, that's the hour of temptation, man. And soon they're going to bring their militaries in to do that, man.
Yeah.
Again, this is why they're letting rioting, go out of hand. This is why they're letting, all this criminal activity skyrocket, man. It's because they want to be able to bring in their military. We just read that in the 17th verse, the second chapter, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because they're going to, like the brother pointed out, man, they're going to have government checkpoints with military members, man. And it's not going to be just a regular old National Guard. No, it's going to be the actual military, the infantry. You're going to have medics, and we're going to have all those people here on this land, man. A lot of the military is already opposing taking the jab, so they're going to lose a lot of military members. But what's going to happen is America's going to bring in foreign troops, man, like NATO troops. You already saw, I think it was beginning of this year or the end of last year, where they were bringing in NATO, those armored vehicles and shit. Yeah? They have videos of people riding by looking at NATO armored vehicles and shit, saying the UN, United Nations, man. So you have this stuff. You have this stuff here on American soil, man. You got the NATO headquarters here on American soil, man. So what? Why would that be far-fetched? It's not, man. This is what's going to take place, man. Whether you are here or forbear, man. This is what's being pushed, through the words of Yahweh Shai. This is the truth, man. Yeah. We already read that his words are faithful and true. You motherfuckers out there that don't believe, and guess what? You're gonna be caught with your pants down, man. And you're gonna be asked the fuck out, man. Are we gonna care? Hell no.
Not right now, we're showing forth the love, man. By making our bodies a living sacrifice for Yahweh outside, to edify, Lord willing, build y'all up, man, to get ready. Because nobody else is gonna do it. Nobody else is gonna tell you, I can serve Yahweh outside for the time to come. You'll be protected. You'll remember your works. Okay? We're gonna tell you that because, hey, I believe, therefore have I spoken. We believe in these things are to come, and we know that if you're not in the grace and mercy of the Lord, then you're going to perish, man.
Right.
Al-Bashar is the king of terrorists. You can have when all hell breaks loose, you might be a woman by yourself with kids, and you might come into one of those checkpoints, and they might take your ass and separate you from the kids. They might rape you, man. Rape you to death and beat you down and kill you. And they send your kids off to you, who knows where. All different types of judgments are reserved, for the times to come. I'll grab that real quick. Daniel. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. The reason at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, right. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And this is a scripture that we think about all the time, because we know that through much tribulation we have to enter into the kingdom. So we want these things to happen, man. You people might not want to hear it because, us telling you that at the end of the world is coming, that cancels out your hopes and dreams. Our hopes and dreams is to be delivered, man, right. And be in the kingdom and right. Make it through the fire, man.
Right.
We don't want to fucking be here no more. Every time we wake up, all we can think about is how we're going to please the Lord today so that, Lord willing, he can have mercy on us, man.
Right.
This time of trouble is coming, and as we're reading, there's going to be a time of trouble that has never before been on the earth. Yep. You got to imagine all the atrocities and genocides, that have taken place on the earth, and there's not going to be a time that can be compared to what we're about to embark on, man. Right. See, that's why you have to take this thing seriously and take into account what's about to happen. Matter of fact, you want to grab that in Sirach, I believe in 28, it says, acknowledge the time of wrath and most in the face. What it is. 23. Okay, see that? And that's why, every time, we pray, you know what I'm saying, we should, pray for deliverance from our enemy, because he's going to come in like a flood, as prophecy has it, man. And he's not going to be sparing nobody, even his own people, you know?
This is Sirach chapter 18 and verse. God, this is Sirach 18:23. It says, "Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord. Like, think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance that shall, when he shall turn away his face."
Yeah, man, that time is coming. All right, think upon the time of wrath, man, and vengeance when the Lord shall turn away his face. See, that's when you pray, man, ultimately make those prayers to Yahweh Shai, that you're protected, alongside with your family and the brothers, man. Because even Antipas, man, when they threw his ass in that pool, he's praying that the Lord will protect the brothers, man. That's the same way we gotta be. Nobody else is praying for us, man, about these things. No one cares about, Yahweh Shai. All the times to come, people don't even care about their own self. Like it says, men shall be lovers of their own self, without natural affection. That's the time we're in now. People are really waxing cold with ice. But the point being, think upon that time of wrath, man. All right, because it's going to get real bad. We're going to pull a few prophecies, man. Okay, that are going to take place in that time. You want to go back to 2 15? Let's go to 3 seconds. Go back to that 2 15.
This is 2nd Ezra 15th chapter again. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, continuing on. In verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
All right, man. Men are going to be afraid. We always say that too, through the spirit, man. How much, you women out there. And if you're serving, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, sister Aqua out there, just keep doing what you're doing, man. The shoe fits where it. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. We have to, give the judgment to the people out there as well. It says, "Men shall be afraid, and houses shall be troubled."
I'll just keep reading. This is verse 19. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation."
Yeah, it talks about how people are going to be, going and spoiling the goods, breaking in their houses because of lack of bread. And lack of bread means, no food, all right, or a very, scarcity of food. You see, and with all this whole supply chain crisis, as we always say, it's just going to get worse and worse to the point, even yesterday, man, me and the brother, went to the store, and we were seeing like a lot of the chicken, man, we couldn't even get no chicken breasts. Because all the chicken breasts were all, fucked up, man. You don't want to eat that, you get sick. So that they're putting out the last of what they got. And all these different politicians, even Joe Biden himself talking about, the times of Brian Williams. He was saying that darkness is spreading throughout the earth. But that time of darkness is only going to get more dark as time goes on. It's not going to be no food here pretty soon. You're not going to be able to wake up and make a grocery list of what you want to go buy for the next week or two, because there's not going to be any groceries to go buy. So what are you going to do then when you don't have any food at your disposal, man? That's why at the time to come, when there's no more food in these full storehouses and they're suddenly found empty, people are going to start looting each other. And that's what's going to happen. Is there a little more on that?
Yeah. No, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, could you grab what it says Isaiah 13?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 16. I'll start at verse 15. It says, "Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished." God, you go into that word ravished, you need to be taken violently, man, and raped, man. This is in the scriptures, man, whether you want to believe it or not. Hey, you women need to get right, man. Especially you so-called black women, man. You so-called you nigga women out here, man. You women are out here crazy, man. You bugging out. You thinking that, and we're you know that starts with the so-called white man. The white man got out here, got our women thinking that they're above our men. You know that a woman is supposed to run the household. That's not how it's supposed to be according to the Bible, man. A woman is supposed to be a servant unto her man. You know. That's why the scriptures tell you that the woman came of man, and that the woman up not the man of woman, man. You know, in 1 Corinthians the 11th chapter, starts the 7th and 8th verse, man. You know, and a lot of you women are fucking prideful, man. A lot of you women think that you just the shit, man. That men gotta bow down and kiss the ground that you fucking walk on, man. You know, but that's not so, man. You know, a woman is supposed to reverence her husband, man. Meaning what? To respect and to fear her husband, man. She's supposed to do what her husband tells her to do within righteousness, man. You know, but every one of you, every last one of you women, you know, besides the women that are, you know, striving to serve Yahweh to the best of their ability, hey, a lot of you women are out of fucking order, man. You know, a lot of you women are completely out of fucking order, man. The scriptures tell you that all things be done decently and in order. You know, because guess what? As the Lord Yahweh you look outside the human race, you go into nature, everything is done in order, man. You know, every single thing is done in order. Why is it that the fucking so-called white man has made everything to be out of fucking order, man? And everybody thinks that's okay, man. When you look at society, or it's like you look at nature, hey, the man rules the fucking woman, man. Yeah. Why is that? Because that's how the Lord Yahweh made it to be, man. And it can't be no other way, man. That's why the Lord Yahweh has to destroy this fucking place, man. You know? That's why it says scourges for amendment, man. You know, to correct this fucking place, man. He wouldn't have to send these things if this place was already, in order, man. You know, but this place is completely out of fucking order. You got men out here being weak ass men, you know, being simple ass men, not fucking sitting there taking charge and being the head of their woman, man. You know, not being the head of their household. But you got men out here being so damn weak that they're out here letting their women walk all over them, man. You know, you men gotta be fucking destroyed too, because you some weak ass men. You know, y'all ain't even real men. Y'all fucking boys, man. You know, and this word being pushed out here is to weed out the men from the boys, man. You know, and if you ain't gonna take heed to it, you're a little ass fucking boy, man. You're a little ass fucking boy, because this right here is the truth, man. That's why all you motherfuckers gotta be goddamn destroyed, man. The Lord Yahweh don't want a weak ass man or some out of order ass, clamorous ass fucking female in the goddamn kingdom, man. Why would he want that, man? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I got a precept for you too. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 9. And it reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease."
Right, rise up, you women that are at ease, man. Because again, America has made it to where you women think that y'all just got it good, man. A man is supposed to kiss the ground that you walk on, and you women think you're just all good. You can walk around here with no worries. Hey, but that's coming to an end. That's coming to a fucking end. You women out here gonna have it the worst, man, in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, and all the men that you sit here and you deny, giving some to, man, because you want a bad boy rather than a good boy. All this bullshit that you out here pushing, man, you know, because he ain't got no money, he can't provide for you this, that, and the third. You know, he got a good job. He don't make a whole bunch, but he's able to sustain and maintain. But because you want somebody who sells drugs, because you want somebody who does this, that, and the third, you gonna diss out this man. Well, guess what? That same man in the time of Jacob's trouble is gonna come fuck your ass up, man. He gonna come mess you up, and you know, excuse me for my language, but you know, hey, that's the way it is, man. Though I be rude in speech, not in knowledge, man. So, hey, you gonna have to take it or leave it, man. You know, that's what's gonna happen, man. You women that are at ease at right now, you women are gonna have it bad, especially the so-called black women, man. You know, they have the worst attitude upon the face of the earth, man. That's why that attitude is going to be corrected in time of Jacob's trouble, man. When the Lord Yahweh has all hell fucking break loose, and you women going to get the fucking worst, man. You know, because y'all prideful, man. Pride goes before destruction. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Right.
Hear my voice."
Right. Pay attention. Hear the voice of the Lord Yahweh Shai. He's speaking right now, man. There's not wisdom cries within the streets, man. And that's what's happening, man. We out here on the highways and byways trying to warn our people, man. But hey, you motherfuckers that don't want to listen, you gonna get it, man.
Son, it reads, "Hear my voice, ye careless daughters."
Ye careless daughters, man. Go ahead.
"Give ear unto my speech."
Right.
Many days and years shall you be troubled.
Right, man. And guess what? We're coming up to Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, time is getting worse for you women. You have women out there in California talking about they can't go to a place. They have to stay at home because they're being followed, man. Yeah, lawlessness is happening, man. And it's coming upon you fucking women out here, man. You prideful ass women. Go ahead.
Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women.
Right.
For the benches shall fail.
Right, the benches shall fail, man. You know what? You're not gonna be able to go and get what you want, man. You're not gonna be able to go out and have a man to take you out, you know, have a man to come grab your purse for you, you know. Come on, man. Fuck all that bullshit, man. You know, you're not gonna be in charge no more, man. You're not gonna be able to go out here and eat whatever you want, go to some coffee shop, get what you want, you know. That's not gonna happen no more, man. The benches is gonna fail, man. Go ahead.
The gathering shall not come.
Right, man. Fuck it, right, man. You know, it's not gonna be a lot of food. It's gonna be, you know, be perished, man. You're not gonna be able to go out to the grocery store and pick your food, this, that, and the third, man. You're not gonna be able to go out to the stores and go and grab all your hygiene products, spend about $200 on hygiene products, you know, spend about $400 on food and eat everything up in your motherfucking fridge. None of that shit's gonna happen, man. You already see the supply chain being broke. It's completely broke. You can't come out here and grab everything you want, man. Food is already being scarce, man. And Jake, man, don't want to hear this word, man. Don't want to hear nothing. They don't want to hear no wisdom, man.
And like it says, what is it? The gospel was preached unto us as well as unto them, but they not being mixed with faith and profited them not. And you know, and them that heard it, man.
Right, man. They ain't no profit for nothing, man.
Yeah. Gone. Isaiah 32 and verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease.
Right.
Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip ye and make ye bare.
Right.
And gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Hey, that's the right there. That's the state that you're gonna be in, man. When Jacob's trouble hits, man, and all hell fucking breaks loose, and you got people out here in California and in New York, they're without power. And you know what's crazy? California banned the use of gas generators, man. You know, so you can't sit there and hook up your house to a generator to power your house, to power your electronics. You know, so you women need your little fancy mirrors and vanity mirrors and this, that, and the third that have them lights on it so you can do your makeup all pretty and shit like that. Hey, all that shit's gonna not work. So you're not gonna be able to see. So you're gonna do your makeup, and guess what? You're gonna come out looking like a fucking gargoyle.
You're not gonna want to do your makeup too, because you know when all hell breaks loose, the only thing you're gonna be thinking about is safety.
Exactly.
Like it says in Ezekiel the 7th chapter, man, destruction cometh. And they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
There shall be none. No peace for you women out here.
That goes for the women too, and it's also like the men. And that goes for everybody who's not taking heed, man. You know, destruction is coming, and we're telling y'all, man. We're prophesying. We're saying before these things happen. Yahweh Shai said before these things come, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. And how's he telling you the things to come? Those men that he's ultimately raised up to teach, to prophesy, man.
Right.
See that a lot of y'all gonna see peace in that time. What's not going to be? There's going to be sorrows on every side, as it says in 2 Ezra 16th chapter. Sorrows on every side, no matter where you go or where you run to. People are going to turn into animals, man.
Right.
You know, people aren't going to have food. People aren't going to, you know, hydrated properly. People are going to be losing. You know, going to be seeing dead bodies. A lot of motherfuckers aren't going to be able to cope. They're going to be in a constant state of perplexity, man. You know, they're gonna have demons. They're gonna be taking control of these people like a Pac-Man joystick, man.
Right.
You know, and hey, a lot of these motherfuckers are gonna be aimed at you women. That's a scary thing. You know,
that's a scary thing, man. Yeah, that first.
I'll finish verse 11. Yeah. Isaiah 32 and verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones. Strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine.
Talking about that food, man. You women are gonna be, you know, especially you women, man. You gonna be sitting there, you know, whining and crying, you know, because you're not able to go and get your little espresso, or you know, you're not gonna be able to go and get your little, you know, what is it, Einstein Bros bagel sandwich,
White Claws.
You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be able to get none of that shit, man. Hey, that shit gonna be done away with, man. You know, and all that, and you gonna have people that you gonna run up to. I might be able to get just one. run up to that motherfucker, you look inside that shit, ransacked. Ran fucking sack, man. You gonna be like, you'll be sitting there crying and whining and all that bullshit, not knowing that you just sacrificed yourself to go run and try to get a Starbucks, and you got a dude sitting around the corner with his shirt off, damn near half naked, look at it. He done watched you run out your house, followed your ass all the way to the goddamn Starbucks, and he's sitting there rubbing his belly like, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like,
he's strong as hell too. He like
big as mother.
He way too strong.
Like, you ain't gonna be able to do what you gonna do with them things, man. That's what we read. A woman shall be ravished, man, because he's gonna take you by force, man. And who knows? That could have been a dude that ultimately tried to holler at you, but because he wasn't able to give you what you wanted, he didn't look as good as you wanted him to look. He didn't have this and he didn't have that. And guess what? You turned him down. And guess what? In them days, those men are gonna get revenge, man. Yeah. And I remember at camp, you had a grimy looking ass Jake, man, riding his bike.
I remember he was going around.
You know what I mean? And then Jake's gonna be coming snatching that kitty up, man. Snatching it up. What are you women gonna do with them things, man? You ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
There's not gonna be no cops to call.
None.
There's not gonna be no ambulance. There's not gonna be nobody, man.
And that's just speaking on a lot of you single women, man. You single women that are whores like a motherfucker, man. But how much more you single mothers, man, that have kids, Hey, that man that you were doing wrong, you're building up a whole bunch of child support, using his kids against him, this, that, and the third, and you thinking those men ain't gonna come and do away with you, man? And those men is gonna come tear you up, man. You been grieving them for 10, 15 years, man, using their kids against you, man. He gonna come in, he gonna throttle you, man.
Hey, prime example was a video that was on World Star that brothers had did lessons on Amun Gabar. I can remember right now, GMS Awakening or what his title name, but nevertheless, he posted a video of this man who he was on a live stream. He had said that he had just got done killing his wife because for the same reason she kept his kids away from him for so many years. He had to pay child support. He had nothing no more, losing all this money because of her, thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
And then he said that he found out she was pregnant. She told him to his face, "You're not gonna see this one either, and you're gonna have to pay more money on top of what you don't have."
Yeah.
So he said, "You know what?" He's like, "Fuck this! I lost it. I killed her." He's like, "I don't feel bad about it." He's like, "But I'm gonna go and kill my ex-wife now for all the shit she did to me. Then I'm gonna kill myself."
Yeah.
These people are fucking pussy in these last days, man.
These last days. How much more when the time of Jacob's trouble happens, man? Yeah. You women are fucked, man. You women out here are done for, man. When Jacob's trouble hits, hey, if you don't spread them open for the next dude that run up to you, he gonna take that shit by force, man. Come on, man.
People know the same story.
Yeah, man. You got Esau walking around with a shirt that says Saint on it.
Crazy, man. Hey, that's
crazy how it would be a woman wearing.
Yeah, yes. I was thinking about that. Living example, man.
Yeah.
See,
you women are done for, man. And in that time, you're gonna be looking for a man of the Lord, man. Because the men of the Lord are gonna be cool, calm, and collected, man. Because they're gonna be guided by the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, man. Starting at the 72nd or 73rd verse. He says, "Be not afraid, neither doubt." Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that scripture if I may. The 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and the 70. Yeah, the 75th verse. I shall start at verse 74. It says, Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. He's talking about the elect, man. The so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that take heed to this word in this time, man. Right. It says, Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your guide, man. You go into that word guide, it means to go. It goes into to protect, man. To keep safe. To keep in custody, to keep in a safe custody, man. That's what it means, man. So Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna keep the elect safe, man. And that's talking about the elect men and women and children, man. The elect men and their families, and their friends, and so on and so forth, man. The starting with the 144,000 and the 1/3, man. That mixed multitude that's going to come up out of America, man. He's going to guide them in the time of trouble, man. He's going to guide them and guide them to where they need to go in order to be safe, man. He's going to lift up that standard whenever they come across, Esau Edom trying to come in like a flood upon them, man. Because this is who the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is for, man. He's not for nobody else, man. So outside of the elect, you so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans, men and women, right along with your children, you're gonna perish, man. It says, verse 76, it says, "And the guide of them who keep my commandments." Who's the only ones that are keeping the commandments to the best of their ability in this time, man? That's the elect, man. Starting with the 144,000, the prophets out here, the prophets out here, telling our people that, hey, if you don't follow these commandments, you're gonna be SOL, man, shit out of luck, That's why we're out here trying to warn you, man. If you take heed, you'll be good, you'll be covered. If you don't, you're SOL, man, Verse 76 again, it says, "And the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saying, the Lord Yahweh Shai power. Let not your sins weigh you down, let not your iniquities lift up themselves." Right? Verse 77, it says, "But woe be unto them that are bound with their sins and covered with their iniquities, like as a field covered over with bushes, and the path thereof covered with thorns, that no man may travel through. It is left undressed and is cast into the fire to be consumed therewith," man. And so that's what's gonna happen to you 2/3, man. You're gonna be consumed, man. And again, you women in that time are going to be looking for a man of the Lord, man. You women are going to sit there and you're going to need protection. All this, I don't need a man, I don't need this, that, and the third. That's gonna be done away with in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. One more precept. Going back to Isaiah, the 32nd chapter, man. Starting at the second verse, man. That's exactly what's coming in the mindset of you women in the time of Jacob's trouble. You're gonna be looking for a man. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. It says, "In a man," meaning a man of the Lord, "a man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a cover from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, and as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land." Right, man. So guess what? You're gonna need a man to protect you. And that's not talking about no regular ass man. Oh, you can go pick any man, he gonna protect you. No, we're talking about the men of the Lord, the men that are walking by the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shai, those that have the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Because we already read that even men are going to be afraid in those times. But the scripture just told us to be not afraid neither doubt. So anybody that takes heed to these words, if you do what the Lord Yahweh Shai tells you to, you're not going to be afraid, nor are you going to doubt. Why? Because you're doing what you're supposed to. You're doing what the Lord Yahweh Shai said to do. And he said those that do what he told them to do, he's going to protect them, man. He's going to guide them and keep them safe, man. You go into that word guide, again, we already broke it down, but going into that word guide means what? To be in safe custody, man. Whose custody are you going to be in? The hands of the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. So a woman is going to be looking for those men that are going to be involved. Everybody's going crazy, while everybody's out here bugging the hell out, including men. You're going to have the men of the Lord walking around all cool, calm, and collected, man. And that shit bugs me the hell out, man. How the hell you got a man holding a woman's fucking purse, man? That means you're a whole bitch, man. I ain't gonna hold my own. First off, I got my own fucking money. I'm not holding my woman's money, man. I ain't doing that shit, man. That's a beta male right there, man. And we're alpha males in training, man. Just like Yahushua was the #1 alpha male, and we're following in his footsteps, man. And I'll be damned if I do that, man. Because those are the same men that are going to be destroyed in the time to come. Because they're going to be looking at their woman for help. What can a fucking woman help you with anything, man? A woman is biologically weaker than a man. The scriptures even call the woman the weaker vessel, man. On top of that, they operate with fucking emotion. Men operate with logic. So how is a woman going to be able to help you and protect you in a time of trouble, man? She's going to be looking to you to help her. So for you to have that kind of mentality, and guess what? The Lord Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with that, man. He going to exile you men as well, man. Right along with you fucking wicked ass women. You're done for, man. There's nothing that you can do in order to escape that punishment, man. I got a piece.
This is
well, I just want to say the Lord Yahweh Shai will not at all with the wicked, man.
Yep. That's good, man. That's all good. I mean, there's just certain characteristics that you have to have, as a man, especially a man in this truth, man. We have to, do a lot more things that women don't do. You know what I'm saying? Our lie is a lot, more heavier than than that of a woman's, and that's nothing to boast of. That's just, it's what it is. But the point being, we have to understand that we can't just act any way that we want to act, even if we have this truth, man.
Yeah.
Like it says, you have to be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right.
You see, so every little thing that you can change about yourself and chisel away, you have to do it. All right, but the point being, this is 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, nor fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate.
Nor effeminate, man. So you man can't be out here effeminate, because an effeminate man is not going to be able to receive the kingdom of the Most High.
And when you go into that word effeminate on the Google, it says of a man having or showing characteristics regarded as typical of a woman.
As typical of a woman, man. So a man out here acting like a damn woman, a man out here, catering to a woman's will, and guess what? You men ain't gonna make it, man. Right along with you wicked ass women, starting with the fucking so-called black women, and the wicked ass man that want to fucking be the little pet, and you ain't gonna make it to the kingdom, man. The Most High gonna destroy every last one of y'all, man. He can destroy every last one of y'all. The Most High give us living example of that shit walking right past us, man. Those that are going to be destroyed, man. Can't say shit about it. Knowing damn well the prophets out here talking about that. Knowing damn well Jake ain't stupid. Well, Jake's stupid, but Jake ain't stupid when it comes to that, But they just going to keep walking, man. Why? Because they don't care, man. They don't care. They don't care about being destroyed. They don't care about, everybody thinks God is fake, man. Everybody thinks that God is a fucking fable, man. And when that time is coming, the Lord Yahweh is going to prove that he really is real, man. And that all your JC and your Yahwehs and all this bullshit, and that's fucking fable, man. Those are false idols, man. Those are stone and wood overlaid with gold and silver, man. That's all they are, man. They don't have no actual thought, man. They have no power, man. These people are going to be destroyed, man. Y'all got it coming, man. Man, y'all destruction is bad, man.
It's going to be real bad, man, And a lot of the things that are going to happen, there's going to be judgments that we're going to see. We're like, dang, man. It's going to increase the fear within us, but it's also going to increase the faith, because Lord willing, we're the elect. We're going to be preserved from that, man.
Right.
There's going to be people dying all around us, man. Going through different things. All the meanwhile, we're going to be going right through it, and nothing happens.
Right.
As the scripture said, here on your head shall not perish. I think Yahweh told his disciples that, man. Yeah, that was Luke 21st chapter. If you paraphrase, nevertheless, man, because of what we're doing, man, our works, our wills, Lord willing, gonna be protected. Matter of fact, can you grab that in 2 Ezra 9? You can start with where it says, "As all the world has beginning and end." Oh yeah, that's why, hey, how should I say in Matthew 16 chapter, man? You can discern the face of the sky, but you can't discern the signs of the times. And if you understood the time that you were in, you would hear what we're saying and take it as truth. All right, instead of just something that we're coming out of our own mind.
Right.
We're reading straight from the Bible that you so-called believe in.
God, this is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
Right, the end is manifest, man. It's going to tell you how.
Right, verse 6, it says, "Even so the times also of the highest have framed beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs."
See, endings and effects and signs. That's what we're seeing all over the world, man. We're in the last days. Although Yahweh Shai is almost here, man. What are you people going to do when he shows up? You're gonna make an excuse. You're gonna tell him you didn't know,
right?
Because he has men literally stationed in every part of the world, in every major city. Man, you got brother in Tanzania prophesying in the fucking forest, man, right on the side of the road. I mean, come on, man. There's no excuse for this no more. I didn't know. No, the Lord, he's making it to where you have no excuse.
None.
See, but the point being, hey, there's different signs around the world letting us know what time we're in. You got
it. Verse 7 is that everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
Yeah, that's right, man. See, everyone that shall be escaped, by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Now it's just solidifying the point that I was making by all the things that we're doing in this time now determines what our outcome is going to be. And it's all Lord willing, the Lord will have mercy on us, man. Right. He says you'll have mercy on whom will have mercy. Right. That's why we're doing everything we can so that we could be of those that receive the ultimate mercy in the times to come. Like it says in Psalm the 33rd chapter, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, man. All right, he's going to deliver them from death and save them in famine. How are you going to be saved in a famine? When there's no food, you're going to be fed. See, the Lord said that his servants were going to eat, and his servants, were going to receive, a miracle, and the standards being lifted up for them against their enemies.
Right.
You see?
Verse 8, it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
He said, I sanctified my elect for me from the beginning, man. See that? That's why, those who are, in these last days and doing everything they can to please Yahweh Shai and work out their salvation with fear and trembling, those are the ones who are going to be preserved, from the said perils, man. As it says in 2 Timothy 3:1, know that in the last days shall come perilous times. You go into that word perilous, it goes into the online etymology, it goes into exposure to death.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be exposed to. It's really going to feel like we're in a nightmare, man, but we're going to have this light, so we're going to be able to walk through it, man. We're ultimately going to be able to, go through this shit and look at what we're going to see and still have comfort.
Right.
You see, like it says, behold, be not weary, for when the day of trouble in heaven is coming, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance, man. Yeah. Because our faith is going to be waxing strong. We're going to be seeing miracles, like I said, the brother read it, man. This shall be known who is my chosen. People all over the world are going to be seeing miracles, things that they can't explain being done for particular men and women that dwell on the earth.
Right.
And they're not going to be able to explain it. See, they're going to be like, man, what he was saying, Yahweh Hashem, what does that mean, man? Like, I just saw him I just saw a light come down, and all of a sudden he has a whole table of food. People are going to be seeing things like that, man.
Right.
You might, get sent to a prison because it's written, man, create none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because the devil shall cast some of you into prison that you may be tried. All right, so some of us are going to get thrown into prisons, man. And even in that time, there's going to be people looking around you, and all of a sudden a flash of light happens, and you're teleported somewhere else. Everybody just saw that.
Yeah, it could even be to the point, for the most I could have it less, not as what do you want to call it? Not as strange,
Yeah.
He could just have like I said, maybe he would make that enemy so peacefully. So a guard can walk up with a whole plate of food where everybody's getting fucking, getting one bean, 1 grain of rice, you know what I mean? Like, and an ounce of water, you know what I mean? Or whatever, where you get a whole fucking plate full of food, man. The Most High could put it on their minds like that, man. Which nonetheless is still a great miracle, but it's not as great as, having him a light coming down. Also, you got a whole plate or a whole table of food, man, and food that won't rot. So you can sit there, eat a quarter of it, save it for a week, eat a quarter of it, save it for a week, because it'll never deplete, nor will it ever rot, man,
Yeah, even that account with our forefather Elijah in the book of 1 Kings, the 17th chapter.
Right.
He ultimately went to that woman and he told her, he's like, you know what? If you give me food, if you give me the food first to say to your son, you're pretty much never going to run out of that meal in that barrel.
Right.
And every time she dipped her hand in there, he told her that she wasn't going to run out of meal until the rain came. There was a huge famine in that part of the land.
Right.
There's no food. And she even told him, say, I'm gonna make this last meal for me and my son, then we're gonna die.
Right.
But he told her, he's like, if you feed me instead of doing what you were gonna do, then I promise you, that you're gonna have food in that barrel until that rain comes. So the Lord could give, you could find a bottle of water, it might be cold as ice. You're sitting there drinking it, and you're looking at it, and it's like it's still cool.
Yeah.
You can have that bottle for days. It's always cold, man. The strange things are, we're about to witness, man. It says in Sirach 36th chapter, show new signs and make other strange wonders. Yahweh Shai is getting ready to do that for the ones that kept the faith, man. So all the things that we've been doing, we're pretty soon, Lord willing, going to get rewarded for it. It's going to come in the form of protection from Yahweh Shai on high.
Right.
That's what we want, because there's no way out of what we're coming into, man. You're not going to be able to run around or go underground. Not going to be able to go over the top. You have to go right through it, man. If the Lord's not holding your hand, like he said he would in Isaiah the 41st chapter, I will hold thy right hand, saying, fear not, for I am with thee. You're fucked, man.
Right.
As many times as we say it, we speak these words and we're in fear of the Lord right now.
Right.
Because if we don't say the right things and do what we have to do, we're going to be put to death, man.
Right.
Regardless of what what we look like, It's not about the garments, it's not about the headbands or the incense or the sign, it's about the truth, man.
Right.
And getting it out to the people and really to the elect who can receive it so they can be saved, man. This is what this is about. When these days come, all you're gonna be thinking about is what did I do for the Lord? And if you can't think of anything that you did for the Lord, He's not gonna do anything for you. You know, why should He, man? That's a righteous balance.
Right.
If you don't put in anything, you're not getting nothing else. But if you put in everything you got, then you're gonna get something out of that pot. You know? Yeah.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right, man. So you need to get this book in order to understand it right now, man. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shah, while he may be found, man. That's right now. He's able to be found, man. So there's men of the Lord I know on the highways and byways, and his word still being pushed in the earth, man. But there's gonna come a time, a 777 called Lord, Yahweh Shah, man. There's gonna come a time where this word is not gonna be so freely given, man. You know? The Lord Yahweh Shah is gonna close them out of the prophets, take them off the highways and byways, and when Jacob's trouble hits, man. You know, because when all hell breaks loose, you think we're gonna be out here on the highways and byways, man? No, we're not, man. You know, we're gonna be looking to the Lord Yahweh Shah to be protecting us, man. We're gonna be praying to Yahweh Shah, and we're gonna be, you know, unless we're thrown in FEMA camps or any type, you know, the prisons, and we're gonna be moving around like pilgrims, man. You know, so that way we're not caught, man. You know, that's how it's gonna be, man. There's no, hey, come on, hey, if you have any other fantasy or you have any other, you know, you're looking at it any other way, hey, you're bugged out, man. You know, that's what's gonna happen. So if you don't get this now, then you're gonna be asked out in them days, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. This is what it is, man. It's not about if the word is gonna be, you know, if there's gonna be a famine of the word. It's about when there's gonna be a famine of the word. This prophesied the famine of the word is gonna take place, man. You know, Amos 8 and 11, man, all the way to 13. You know, so you best get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding right now instead of walking past it like it ain't nothing, man. Like you got two, you know, black, you know, men out here just speaking, you know, blasphemy. No, man. You know, we're men of the Lord, man. Whether you want to hear or forbear, man. You know, but hey, majority of people are gonna forbear. Why? Because it ain't for them, man. Mm-hmm. You know, so they're gonna continue to walk on. They're gonna continue to look at us like, you know, like we're fools, like we're out here, you know, on a cold day, like we don't know what the hell we talking about. You know, that's okay, man. We're a spectacle unto the world and to angels, man. You know, because we're pushing this word, man. Because we're out here doing the will of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, man. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, you know.
And there's no better time, you know, that we have to spend than serving the house of Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, as it says Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it's the whole duty of man, you know, to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. You know, that's what we're going to continue to do. All right. See, the end of all things is at hand. You know, I don't think we got any more. Hey, Con, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying us, brothers, man. You sisters that tuned in, you know, get ready for what you're about to see. You know, we don't exactly know, you know, when everything's gonna pop off, but as we've seen everything happen in the world, it could be at any moment, man. Any moment, because they already have, you know, the C8, they already had the chocolate chip in place. You know, different places like Sweden, you know, they've already been doing it over there, where they've been using it as currency. But there's just more talks about it, using it for the Crown Vic Royale, you know, you putting it in your hand, in your forehead, to be able to tell if you're gonna have, you know, the Crown Vicky or not. You see, so hey, that's really the last prophecy, man. Is Revelation 13 and 16 coming into play, and World War III. You know, and then Lord willing, more of the elect will be getting out of here and going home and being in rest for all eternity, man. You know, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory and truth. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teacher. Shalom, peace be to the brothers that are pushing this truth on righteousness and sincerity. And peace, blessings, and salutations from the elect, scattered abroad, being grafted in the under the obedience of this truth through the spirit of faith. So next time we want to say Shalom, Shalom, and above all, Shalom. Stay strong.